Welcome back to Ink Transfer Drawing with Mark Zimmerman, brought to you by the folks at Sanford Arts. You're catching me as I finish rolling the ink on a sheet of plexiglass. Let me get rid of that Brayer, the little roller. I'm going to put a piece of paper down on top of that ink and tape it down so it doesn't move when I draw on it and rub on it. And then what I'm going to do is draw and rub on the back of this paper, this side you see, and transfer that ink to the underside, the front side. I can figure out where that ink is by finding this rectangle of tape. The ink is inside that. I'm going to poke this pen up into that corner of that rectangle and then drag it along the edge. Easier said than done. There we go. I'm going to do an abstraction of a plant. So kind of a still life, but there's my pot. Here's my plant. There's my plant. Some more plant. So here's my plant in my pot. I'm going to put a little circle up here, shaky little thing. A shaky little circle in the middle. That might be my moon. Let's see here. Let's just add a little background here. There we go. Oh, maybe we should put a little flower in. One little flower. Let's add a detail I can't explain. More details I can't explain. Veins on leaves, I guess. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay. I'm going to get a little bridge and do some ink transfer. Serious ink transfer. So if I set my hand down on the back of the paper, I transfer ink, right? So I have to use this bridge. I think I can do it here by using that bridge. I want this out here dark. And this dark. And that should do it for the bridge. I want this dark too. And then I want some other parts pretty dark. Actually, maybe I need a little foreground too. Take my finger and I'm going to rub the back, and that's going to transfer just a flat tone, darker value to that area. So this is an abstraction, so this elements of form, the formal composition becomes very important. And last area I want dark. Kind of hurts your finger, hurts your hand. Okay, let's take a peek, see what we have, see if I have enough to work with when I come back with watercolor. Yeah, so I want these corners just a little darker. Should work. There's kind of a fuzzy quality to the lines that transfer. That's very characteristic of ink transfer drawings. The Swiss surrealist Paul Klee did a few thousand of these. This might be a little Klee-esque. So I'm going to splash some watercolor on here. Let's get rid of my pen and get my brushes ready. First I'm going to do is I know I want this red. There we go. And I also know I'm going to do some washes later. Washes of color. So I'm going to put a board underneath which lets me tip this in various directions and let gravity work for me when I do that wash. Let's see how dark that is. I'll try to work upside or sideways for me, right side up for you. But this is a lot easier stroke to make. Left to right for me. So I'm going to turn the paper just a touch. I know I want this dark. Add a little visual weight. I'm going to come in here. Put in a kind of a low intensity green. Down on some of this anyway. And I don't really know where I'm heading with this. I'm just following instincts and taste. So my taste might be different than yours. You might be thinking this is just a mess. That's okay, I can live with that. See if I can not get that red to bleed into this green. I don't really want any brown in there, so I'm going to come back with a little yellow green. And then a little blue, green. Maybe a little bluer than that. There we go. Well, I'm going to stir up some turquoise blue, which is different. The blue that's in there is a phthalo blue. Turquoise is a little, see how thick that is, pretty thick. I'm going to get a bigger brush too, and here's that wash part. Looking for a pinch point to start my wash. I'm going to start right over here. I want this turquoise to be very light. So light in watercolor is water, because it makes your paint, which is inherently transparent, it makes it more transparent, lets more of the paper show. The more of the paper that shows, the lighter the color appears to be. So I'm adding water and paint. And paint, I guess. And more paint. And water. So I'm letting gravity pull this paint, move it for me basically. So I'm just working downhill. Turn it a little bit, tip it that way, let downhill be a little different direction, the direction I want to go. And that's why I did a pinch point right there where it's really narrow, because it lets me knit those two things together. And then they're always signed in pencil. I'm going to call it Potted Palm, sign it, and date it 2020. Get rid of just a little bit of turquoise right there. Don't think I want to fuss with much else. There is Potted Palm. These are available free in the waiting room or wherever you are watching this video. I think the idea might be that you look through, find one you like, and then watch the video of its creation. So I hope you did that with Potted Palm because you like it and you're going to take it home with you and be happy with it. Anyway, I had fun doing it. Hope you had fun watching. Till next time, bye-bye.